Good evening. Welcome to the show, everybody. Put your hands together. Let's hear for you guys. Stool, I got a table, I may take a nap. Welcome to the show. My name is Barry Kurtz. Let me get a little more comfortable. Ooh, I didn't see the front row. Sorry, let me put these back on. Well, give yourselves a round of applause. Let's hear for you guys being here. What a great occasion to be here. A good reason to help the dogs. They need to help. And the police, let's hear for Al and the guys bringing the dogs down tonight. Great, Al looks so masculine in that outfit, doesn't he? Okay, just want you to know this is a comedy show. That was a little tester joke. Did you guys know we were going to have comedy tonight? Any idea? Did you? All right, let's first of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Perry Kurtz. I'm going to be your host. Thank you so much. And, all right, you're here. That's all that matters. My name is Perry, P-E-R-R-Y, Perry like Perry Mason, Perry Winkle, Perry Como. Or as my mother told me from Philadelphia last week, there's a medication out called Perry Anal Cream. One of the reasons why you move out of the house, jokes like that. And I've been doing comedy for 38 years. This is my life. This is all I do. I go travel around the country, around the world. I get up and make people laugh. But I find that sometimes people go to the shows like this and there's a little problem. They don't know that this is a live show, that it's interactive. See, with comedy, we tell jokes, and what's supposed to happen is you're supposed to laugh. If you laugh, we know that you like what we're saying, so we continue along that same vein, and you get to continue to laugh. If you stop laughing, we change the subject to find what you want. So you control the show, but what happens is people don't laugh out loud. They come to these things, and instead of laughing out loud when it's funny, they sit there, like right up in front, they sit there with their arms on their chest, and instead of laughing out loud, they go, so it's important to laugh out loud, okay? That's our barometer. It tells us how we're doing so we can give you a better show, all right? And if you don't laugh out loud, you're gonna have a big problem because, see, laughter is air, moving air. And if you don't let the laughter out, you're gonna build up all this air pressure inside your body. And later on tonight, you're gonna be driving home in the car with a bunch of people. And this air that you've been saving up is going to ferment. And it's going to slip out either slowly, making everybody suspicious of everybody else in the car, or it's going to come out really fast, pissing everybody off at you. So please, let it out as much as you can. So what I want to do is find out about you. I have never played to this group. It's always a new audience. I want to ask you some simple questions. If your answer is yes, I want you to make it sound very popular in the Deep South. If your answer is yes, I want you to go, ee-haw! See, women like it already because women just like to make noise. So, on the count of three, everybody go ee-haw as hard and as long as you can. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Thank you, ma'am. Let's get her a warm towel. Okay. Remember, if your answer is yes, go ee-haw. First question. How many people are seeing me tonight for the first time? How many have never seen me before? Okay, confused a couple people, we'll simplify it. How many people are here tonight? Yeah. How many don't know where you are? And how many really don't give a damn at this point? See how pleasant they are, that's what I need to know. All right, well, I think you guys are in a good mood. Let me tell you a little bit about myself. First of all, I am not Larry King's retarded cousin. I am also not Billie Jean King. And I am not a 10-year-old boy with progeria. So, well, thank you so much for knowing what that means. I hate when I have to explain it to you. Since my little kid gets old really fast. But we have some professional comedians here for you. I know them all very well. Like I said, I've been doing comedy since 1974, which is actually the same year I stopped drinking. I stopped drinking, I said, I'm gonna have to do something to live with this. So even the dogs are going to drink now. I can't listen to this guy whine on anymore. So I'm getting up there. Other things about me that's different than most of the comics you'll see tonight is I've been married to the same woman for 20 years in a row. And you know, it's weird when I say that. It's always the women that applaud and whistle, and I can't tell if they're genuinely happy for me or just glad that I'm off the street. I really don't know at this point. But I met my wife online in 1990, back in the old days of computers. We didn't have pictures, we didn't have colors. Things went very slow. When you were texting somebody, the letter would actually appear in dots. That was a P, it took 5 seconds. So you had to wait for the answer. You had time to go to the bathroom, come back and finish a word. And I figured I was never going to meet her, so I started lying. I said I'm 7'5", blonde hair, blue eyes. I'm so well endowed, I'm not even using my fingers to type. Then I hit 3 keys at once and she types back, I'll bet you're a fat little Jew. I'm looking for Ashton Kutcher to see if I'm being punked from the other room, I don't know. So we talked for 40 hours, we sort of fell in love. She came out to my house, I was living at the beach, we fell in love and we're going out for about 6 or 7 months and she invites me to her house out in Van Nuys. And I said, all right, let's go out there. And I go out there, I walk in, there's a guy on the couch and there's like a 1-year-old and a 7-year-old and an 8-year-old kid there. And I go, honey, who are these kids? And she said, oh, I forgot to tell you, I have children. Suddenly I heard, which was my butt closing as I jumped off the couch to run out the door. Because guys will tell you they do not want to get involved with a woman that has children. You know, they have baggage. My wife owns Samsonite, I swear to God. So I met the kids, fell in love with them, decided to raise these kids because number 1, they were intelligent, number 2, they were attractive, and number 3, they didn't look anything like me. And I really did not want to have kids because when I was younger, back in the 60s in Philadelphia, I did a lot of drugs. I mean, I used to smoke a lot of pot, you know. Obviously, she did too. And I had to stop about an hour ago. No, I'm just kidding. It's an old throwback joke. But I did a lot of drugs. And you know, they always say if you do a lot of drugs, you're going to give birth to some weird little freak. I thought it'd have horns and an extra arm or something, you know, an arm hanging out the back, waving over its head. So I told my wife I didn't want to have kids, and I said, okay, and we just took it easy. Also, there was a law about trolls reproducing in Los Angeles at the time. And so my wife, it was a Southern girl. She's from the deep South, from South Carolina. She's got that Southern drawl. You ever notice they talk like it's real slow? Everything they do, they take it down, and they stretch the words out, and a single syllable word can take 9 minutes. And the reason they talk slow and they drive slow and they walk slow is because they know they live in hell and there's no reason to hurry. I was actually on stage in Alabama, which I'm sorry to say is that there's about, total count maybe 89 teeth and 3 brains in the entire state, I swear to God. Unbelievable. And I'm on stage and a guy gets up, there was a big room and I was on the floor, there was no stage, and the spotlight was coming down through the audience, and this big guy gets up and stops in the spotlight, and he's blocking the light, and I took it personally, and I started moving back and forth to try and get light. He starts doing it. Suddenly I'm dancing with some big goofball out there, and I said, hey, where are you going? He goes, I'm going to take a piss. I said, a piss? He says, yes. I said, is that 1 or 2 syllables? He goes, I'm just going to pee, I'll be right back. But that's the way they are. My wife, very nice lady, she has large breasts, and I'm not complaining. I don't think anybody complains about large breasts, because we all look at them, right? It doesn't matter who you are. Guys, we stare at them, you women know it, you know we are stupid, we are suckers, and you do it on purpose. And guys, if you're with me, let me know. What women do is they make fools of us because they go out every day, they dress their breasts up. They lift them up, they push them together, they squeeze them, they stick them out, they unbutton their shirt all the way down to here, and when we look at them, they get upset. What are you looking at? I'm looking at them. Why are you looking at them? They were just looking at me. Men are stupid. We look at a woman and based on the way she looks, we go, I want that. Women are smarter than men. Women will at least walk up to a man and say, can you talk? Yeah, you make fools of them. My wife's breasts are very large. They are 45 triple G's. Yeah. They're called triple G's because when you see them, you go, geez, those are big. Her breasts are so big she has smaller breasts orbiting around them. And then about 8 years ago, she takes me in the bedroom and she says, I got some good news or bad news. And you know when you hear that, it's going to be bad. There's no such thing as good when they start it like that. So I go in and she leans against the door. She goes, I'm pregnant. And I looked at her and said, any idea who the father is? And she looks at me and goes, that's one. And I go, well, how far along are you? She said, I'm 5 weeks late. I said, can't you just take like a 5-week after pill? And she goes, don't push it. So she got bigger and bigger, and of course they got bigger and bigger. We had to get them a separate apartment. And we had to take her to the hospital a couple weeks before she was supposed to be born. We had to take her out because my wife, you know that vein in the front of her head? It looked like a finger. It was popping out of her head. I forget, preeclampsia or something like that. So they had to do what do they call that? An episiotomy? An epidectomy? Well, they sliced her wide open. And I went in while this was happening. And the doctor is so nonchalant. This is what gets me. Doctors, you know, they don't feel any pain. They're working on you. They don't feel a thing. He's got his hands in there like he's fishing through a dumpster. And he's talking to the nurses. So what'd you do this weekend? No, that's not it. Oh, Vegas, no. National, no, that's not. I use Enterprise. You know, I got cards in my bag, you know, and then all of a sudden he pulls her out and goes, oh, it's a little girl. And I go, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Oh my God, and they hit me and I stopped. It was like a broken record. I'm like, oh, thank you so much. And they take her over and they put her on a table and they say, all right, we're gonna let you cut the cord. Now, I was surprised because it's been at least 30 years since anybody gave me a sharp object. And what was really weird is that I didn't know the cord was gonna be hard. I thought it was gonna be soft. I was gonna cut right through it, but it's not. It's like the kind of pipe you connect to your dishwasher. It's thick, it's hard. And I go to cut it and this is what's happening. I'm literally chasing her umbilical cord around her stomach. I turn around and the nurses are high-fiving. There's a guy with a camera taking pictures. We got another one! So she was born, took her home a couple weeks later. I'm walking through the living room. She's in the bassinet and I hear, honey? And I realized it's my daughter. I thought it was the devil. I thought Lucifer had come to my apartment and says, I told you not to reproduce. You ever notice the devil always sounds that way? He always has that deep voice. I am Lucifer, I am the devil. Just once I'd like him to come out. Hello, I'm the devil. Look what I'm doing with my tail. I just think it would be interesting. So it was my daughter, and now my daughter's 7 years old, and she's absolutely beautiful. And I know she's beautiful because when I take her out, women come up and they do the arm stroke. They take my arm and they go, oh, your daughter is so pretty. Your wife must be stunning. I was there, okay? Maybe only 10 seconds, but I was there. Give me some credit. And everybody says, you know, it's amazing you've got such a beautiful daughter. And I figured out what happened. I'm an average looking guy. My wife is an average looking woman. And I think God looked down and said, you know what? I've screwed these two enough. I'm going to give you something special. So now the best thing is, aside from the fact that she's beautiful, she's smart, she does stand-up comedy with me. She actually performs with me at the Marina Venice Yacht Club once a month. But she writes little girl jokes, but they're kind of smart. Like her first joke is, why did the chicken cross the road? He was tired of being cooped up. Right, 7 years old, you go, oh, that's cute. The next one is, why was the skeleton afraid to cross the road? He had no guts. And then she says to me last week, she said, Dad, I got a new joke, but it's a little sick. Now remember, I'm looking at a little girl, blonde hair, about this tall. Talks in a really high voice. And I go, well, what's the joke? She goes, what do monsters dream about? And I went, what? She goes, eating children McNuggets. You really wrote that? Yeah. Don't ever go to sleep again, please. And I said, you know, you're going to have to preface that. And she goes, you mean like a disclaimer? She just finished second grade. I go, do you even know what a disclaimer is? She goes, yeah, you have a friend, the comedian named Bobby Slayton. Whenever he plays, he's really rude and he's mean. And they put up a piece of paper that says nobody gets their money back. It's a disclaimer. So it's like an excuse. Get it? Anyway, I'm really sorry I asked, honey. Let me just leave you alone, and I walked out. But she is the best thing. Do we have any parents here? Parents make noise? Do we have any children here? Wow, this table over here, you're out of your mind already. And let me guess, your parents are not here, right? Oh, they are? All right, cool. Well, good. I'm happy about that. Well, I want to remind you this is a special occasion. They gave me some information to let you know what's going on. I've got all kinds of lists of things to read to you. By the way, we are going to be having auctions. They're going to be ending at certain times, so please go up and get into the auction as soon as you can before they run out. At the end of the comedy show, we're going to be reading out the numbers and everybody's going to be winning. So here's the reason for the event. So please sit down. Thank you. The purpose is to raise money for the Ventura Police Department's K-9 unit. And some of them are over there. The Ventura Police K-9 unit is not funded through the department and relies solely on public donations. That's you people, and that's why you're here. In conjunction with the National Police Dog Foundation, a non-profit organization, the Ventura Police K-9 unit has fundraisers such as this in order to help raise money for purchasing new dogs, training, feeding, and helping this woman. I don't know whoever you are, but I love you. Did I mention that I left my wife 2 years ago? I was doing so well. Yeah, so if there's any single women here that have considered becoming gay, I think I'm a good reason right there. Anyway, they've done this to get money up for new dogs, training, feeding, and medical costs associated with running a canine program. It costs roughly, get this, $8,000 to purchase a dog. $5,000 for the 5-week patrol training class, $4,000 for the 4-week narcotics detection class, and another $3,000 for the 3-week hard surface tracking class. A total cost of $20,000, which is almost how much I'm getting paid for tonight. I'd like to ask this person to leave right now. I can't listen to this guy anymore. I just need to sit in the bathroom. Just watch my drink, all right? Don't say anything about it. I'm going to have to go sit down and all this really sucks. I get distracted really easily. I have no idea what the hell I'm going to do tonight, just so you know. So anyway, this thing costs $20,000. This does not include the veterinary costs, weekly maintenance, training, food, and daily care of the police dogs. So thank you all for being down here, for supporting this wonderful cause. Let's hear it for you. Thank you, I am personally thrilled to be here in such a beautiful room, to be here at the Majestic. This is absolutely glorious. And I knew it was going to be a wild show when I saw they put the barriers up, because, you know, during comedy, people always rush the stage to try and kill the comedian. So, yeah, so we want to thank the Ventura Theater for letting us use the facilities. The Ventura Elks donated $2,500. Great. We got some Trek bikes that are $1,500 mount bikes for the silent auction, some blue line ammo, 2 guns for the raffle, cold steel knives for the raffle. We got Cole's $500 donations and volunteers. Spanish Hills Golf, if you want to learn to golf, we've got that. Sport fishing, Land Rover Jaguar. Any idea why they're screaming at this point? I don't know. Anyway, they've done it to 500 people. A lot of people put a lot of money and a lot of time into this, and I think that's what's the most important thing. And one more time, let's hear it for Al Davis, who was out here a little bit earlier. I don't know if you noticed, Al has shaved his head, and I know a lot of guys shave their head, and I think what happened, it's not that he's bald, it's just that he was shaving a sideburn, and he sneezed, and the shave went right across the top of his head, and he said, to hell with it. And also, I heard he used to have a mustache, and he shaved that off too. That's great. Now he's got a little gray hair there, making him look older. Yeah, I'm glad. I'm 61 years old. I still have my hair, so screw him. But, no, because a lot of you are going, where is he? So let's hear for Al, Commander Al Davis. Now, where's Ken Corney at? He's the chief. Where's the chief at? Ken, where are you? Is he here? Where you at, Ken? Raise your hand, I can't see you. Back there? Good to have you here, Ken. You know what's great about Ken? His last name is Corney. I don't even have to do a joke. The material writes itself. And of course, the K-9 Commander, Al Davis, I don't know if you noticed, he's cut. He's a bodybuilder, he works out. And I wanted to ask, because you know, there's a theory that when men work out, as the muscles get bigger, that inversely, there is a shrinkage of their sense of humor. And what you think I was talking about, but the way you scream, maybe you know him. And sorry, I really. He's also great at barbecue, and he's considered the SWAT god. He loves kicking in the door and taking control of the situation. And you see the way he came out here, and he stood here for 5 minutes holding the mic going, what do I do? They're watching me. When I'm done, I'm going to go shave my back. All right, any questions so far? How you guys doing up in the balcony? Everybody okay up there? All right, good. All right, well, I am going to bring up our comics. Surprise you. Yeah, that's part of my intro. I used to be a male stripper. And I'll tell you when it's a joke. And that was a long time ago. That was back in the early 80s. I actually ran the only male strip show for women in San Francisco back in the early 80s. And I was the MC and I was very popular. God, I missed those 3 years. So I've always been a dancer. I actually danced on American Bandstand in 67 and 68 out of Philadelphia. So I love dancing. Dancing's good for your heart. It's good for your soul. It's great exercise. You know, of course, when you dance like I do, people think you're retarded. You know, look at the retarded old Jew in the corner. What is going on with him? I'm glad you guys enjoyed that. How about another round of applause for Billy Babs? Let's hear it for Billy. He just did not want to leave. You guys made him so happy. Ern said, I want to do another 45 minutes. Yeah, see, it's good to be able to work a crowd where everybody's not drunk and they're not stupid. You guys are intelligent. We work in clubs where it's like a bunch of people share a brain cell, you know? People will heckle, they go, you know, and that would be the mayor of LA. So you never know what you're going to get. Never. But I'm having a good time. My life is changing. And like I said, I left my wife about 2 years ago. I go out a lot with my daughter. And I'm surviving. It's all right. You know, neither of us died. So we broke up okay. But I go out, I do a lot of dancing. I do a lot of karaoke. That's fun. You guys don't do it. Go out and do karaoke. People love you. You know, you can be stupid. They go, you put all your energy in. We don't know what you said. But you tried. Yeah. You know, and I dance, and I have a video that came out, which I was hoping wrong, we couldn't hook it up. It's called Drinking Beer and Smoking Cigarettes. Honestly, and I don't drink, and I don't smoke cigarettes. But the video has over 1 million views, and it's just me rapping. Which is kind of weird. I never thought I would be 61 years old and I would have a rap video with 1 million people watching it. Wait, what are you doing? Oh, am I offending him by doing jokes like this? Is that it? All right. So I want you to take a look at that. I'm glad you guys are here. What was the applause for? You scared me. Oh, can we get the house lights up just a little bit so we can see the audience wherever the light guy is? Just a tiny bit. Just bring him up a little bit, a little bit, a little bit. That's much better. Good. We can see. Oh, can you turn them off on this one table of guys over here? That's kind of scary. Is that your face or your neck throw up? What the hell happened over there? But I'm glad I'm here. I'm getting ready to go on the road. I'm going down to Deep South. I love working on the road. The only thing is I'm nervous about flying. I haven't flown in about 2 years. And I think everybody now is getting nervous flying. You know, even the pilots are still getting drunk. Yeah, you can tell when your pilot's had too much to drink when he gets on the air going, good morning, good evening, hi. This is your pilot. My name is Robert. And we'll be flying this bucket of nuts at an altitude of 30,000 feet. What? 35,000 feet. What? All right, really freaking high. And we should be arriving in about an hour and a half to 5 hours. So sit back and relax and enjoy the what? A joint, man. What, are you crazy? I'm already wasted. All right, lock the door. I need a light. Light. Joey, let go of the wheel for a minute.
Yeah, so sit back and enjoy the flight, dudes. We're stopping off in Tijuana.
Do we have anybody here who's ever smoked marijuana? Just go, what? It's like this table and that table. Okay, yeah, like I said, I used to do it, but I found that I was getting stupid. You know, people smoke pot, they think they're still intelligent. But they do dumb things like they'll smoke a bunch of joints with a bunch of friends, stare at the TV for a bunch of hours, so eventually somebody leans forward and says, hey, what are we watching? Somebody will get up and go, I don't know, let me turn on the television. Do you ever drive home from a party, any type of intoxication, you have people in the car, you pull up at a stop sign, you wait for it to turn green? It's red, man! And here's the big one, never ever smoke a joint and go food shopping. Wow, look at all the heads bobbing on that one. I did this once, I spent $135 and all I got was butter. And I know a lot of you guys are drinking. Remember, it's the weekend, people will be driving drunk, so if you are driving, please drive as fast as you can. It's much harder for them to catch you. And the best thing is all the cops are here. It's so nice up here, the air is so clean. I mean, you can actually walk outside and go, in LA, you go, and you run back in and you spit up. It's a beautiful thing. Well, we've got